Hey guys, it's kind of a special time right now. 12/11. Why is it special right now though? Why? Answer me this. Why? Think about it. This is day 182 of the vlog, and we are at the 12 o'clock p.m. hour, which means half a day. So we are at 182 and a half day. Times that by 2, and you have 365. That means we are halfway through the vlog for 1 year. What do you guys think of that? Have y'all been enjoying it? What are some of your favorite moments so far? What are your most memorable moments? Let me know. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? We got mail. Oh yay, T-Mobile, a bill. A note to yourself. 1, don't get into debt. Credit cards. Don't overextend yourself. Always live to where you have money left over at the end of the month. Because if you get too much in debt, you're going to drag yourself into this hole and you're not going to be able to get out. I'm sure most of y'all know that I follow the stock market to a certain amount. I'm all into investing and whatnot, and these days it's been gold and silver because I know think that the dollar is tanking and that we need to find other investments to invest in. This is a great book from Mike Maloney, Rich Dad's Advisor's Guide to Investing in Gold and Silver. If y'all want to learn something real quick, there's a difference between currency and money. Most people don't know this. Currency is paper money. It means anybody can print something on a paper as long as it's worth something and somebody else will take it. That is a currency. The dollar is a currency. Canadian dollar is a currency. Yen is a currency. All these are currencies, just paper printed to represent something. If I write an IOU to you for $5, that's currency. I can give that to you, and if you want, if somebody else trusts it enough, you can give that to them for $5. Money, on the other hand, is stuff like gold and silver. Actual coinage, real stuff that you can hold. It actually has value. It will never go to zero, and it has never gone to zero before. It always has some sort of value. It's kind of like oil, too. In a way, you could say that oil is money, oil money, because oil, it's always going to be used. It's never going to be nothing. And the reason why gold is money is because you can't create it out of nothing. It has to be mined. It's from the earth. You can't just concoct some experiment and, oh, look, here's some gold. It's not going to happen. Same thing with silver. And the thing about silver, though, and why I think silver is a great play, is the fact that silver is a metal, precious metal, like gold, except silver is used for industrial means, such as keyboards. Whenever you press a key, silver is a conductor of electricity. So the electricity made whenever you push that key to go throughout your computer and all the wires and whatnot to make that character pop up on your screen, you're using silver. In your TVs, you're using silver. Computers, keyboards, mouse, electronics, cell phones, photography, everywhere. Silver is used everywhere. And for some reason, people don't mine a lot of silver. I'm assuming it's because of price, but silver is on the rise. I started buying silver at about $12, and now it's gone up to about to hit $18. It's been as high as $20. Recently, since the 80s, which was the last silver boom, it got up to $50 an ounce. So if you think that inflation is going to take hold, inflation is when things get more expensive because the dollar is getting weaker. Whenever you see gas going up to, $3 or $4, that's not gas going up. That's the dollar going down. You just see it as as gas going up because everything is related to dollars. If you think about it, a dime before 1964 is made of 90% silver. Back before 71, whenever the dollar was tied to gold and silver, which means you could go to the bank and get an ounce of silver for so much cash. Your cash was worth the silver. Back in the day, 3 dimes, which is 3 dimes worth of silver, would buy you a gallon of gas. Now, those same 3 dimes from before 64, they'd still buy you that same gallon of gas. It's the dollar that has gotten weaker because in 1971, the dollar and gold and silver, precious metals, was severed from each other. They were cut. They were saying, we're no longer tagging it to the dollar, and that kind of screwed over the American people. Because, one, if you were holding dollars, unless you're in good economic time, you'll be okay. But once the system comes crashing down, gold and silver is going to start rising back up like it's doing right now, and your dollars are just going to get worth less and less and less. And so my advice to you is to get smart. Read books. This is a great book right here, Guide to Investing in Gold and Silver. And there's a ton of other books that I could recommend to you. I'm going to do a blog post because I've done a video back in like 07 about silver investing. I'm going to repost that in the blog. I'm going to put this video, and I'm going to put a list of books that I recommend that you read. They're all available on Amazon. I'll link it up to where you can buy from other people so that you get it at a really cheap price. But read Guide to Investing in Gold and Silver. Fantastic book. Highly recommend. And if you think that the economy is getting better, I don't think so. I think it's getting worse. Between next year and the year after, you're going to see a bunch of mortgages reset. It's not going to be pretty. Here's another book I recommend, Crash Proof by Peter Schiff. I'll link it up too. If you really want to understand money, one, you have to know what money is, which I just told you what money is, which is gold and silver. But you also have to understand the markets that your money moves in, along with the currencies that are there and the other commodities that are there. You need to understand this. I mean, especially now that 401ks are all driven by the stock market. Whenever this baby boomer generation starts pulling their money out because they want to retire, that's a heck of a lot of people that are going to be pulling their money out. And let's just say they're pulling out $1,000 every month, every week. I mean, that's not far-fetched. Not far-fetched at all. In fact, they're probably going to be pulling more money out than what you think. That'll just exasperate the crash. You'll probably be seeing a lot of these baby boomers losing everything that they have and going back to work if they can find a job. So get smart. That's one thing that I've learned. Get smart. This is the best asset you have. As long as you can take thoughts, take knowledge, and apply it somehow, you can start making money. And that's what I recommend to you. And that's what I've been taught as through all the books I've read and everything, is to get smart. You gotta read books, you gotta understand how this stuff works, or else you'll just be working and working and working. Rat race. You don't want to be in the rat race. That's where you're working to pay debt. Because you know what that is? It's slavery. Think about it. Whenever we first brought slaves to the United States, they worked in the field to live. Basic, simple. They worked, and the plantation owner took care of them for the most part. Dirt cheap labor. They were able to live. And if you don't think that's not happening again, we'll take a look at immigration, because we are importing labor that no Americans want to do. They're getting paid dirt cheap for it. Now they're trying to do some reform around all this, and that's taken us in a direction with an economic crash that it does not look good. Use this.
But if you wanted to go to World Market in the morning...
My cute little Indian.
Woo.
What did everybody say at school today?
They liked it. There was only maybe 2 kids that outdid me. There was like only 7 Indians in the whole school. And there was one kid who had like full Indian outfit, like head to toe, moccasins, leather pants with it and everything. And there was another girl who was a student of mine who had like an Indian dress, and she had an Indian blanket on her, and she had made like a feather thing.
Right.
So, but that was pretty good.
Yeah, he looks great.
Indian teacher.
Psst, hey, subscribe, and then follow me and go to LaneVids.com.